Fucking hell, these killer clown events are going way too far. Because yes, recently, if you didn't know, a young girl only 16 years old was kidnapped by a fucking killer clown. But do you actually know who was behind this kidnapping? And most importantly, how did this story end? Well, if you don't, let me welcome you to a new episode of Paranormal News. Events occurred in Nieuwegein, Netherlands, where a 16-year-old girl was seriously injured during a killer clown prank. Yes, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I use some poetic language. I'm a bit of a poet at heart. Are you going to say it that way? I write my sentences in green, and we have a green apology example if you want. It was a beautiful Tuesday evening as Cheyenne quietly took her horseback riding lesson, when suddenly her instructor tells her that the lesson is almost over, so they're reaching the end of the class. What does she do? Obviously, she changes and so on. She takes care of her horse, and so the horseback riding lesson comes to an end. She says goodbye to her instructor and takes her scooter. At 16, she has a scooter license and can ride almost anywhere she wants. She puts on her helmet, hops on her scooter, starts it, and takes off, full of energy like a little gazelle. Wow, damn, that wasn't funny. That's the cliche of the handsome guy trying to be funny. The scooter, shut up, just shut up, I don't have one. So she rides off into the distance with her scooter. It's already 7:30 post-meridium, and that's when things start happening. Of course, first of all, I invite you to add me on Snapchat and Instagram, especially Instagram, because there are some pretty cool contests coming up. It's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be very nice and full of things related to the paranormal, so really enjoy yourself on Insta. Obviously, when we reach 10,000 likes, I instantly start working on the new episode. Sudinfo Belgium reported Tuesday evening, Cheyenne, 16, rides her scooter home after a horseback riding lesson. It's dark, and a friend is with her briefly. Suddenly, while Cheyenne rides calmly in the middle of the road, relaxed in the dim light. It was a small, isolated country road with no witnesses except her friend. That's where the story takes a decisive turn. Suddenly, an individual appears out of nowhere, dressed as a killer clown, and decides to chase after them to scare them. And then, what follows is a chase worthy of the biggest Hollywood movies. Dude, he goes way too far, that's true. The wild explosion with a bomber coming in and firing aerial missiles and blowing everything up. All of it. Well, it's just a little chase, right? Basically, you've got the killer clown behind you, and obviously the scooter is going at 2 miles an hour. No, because we can talk about that, right? A basic scooter is supposed to be able to go faster than someone running after you. No, the scooter is actually moving as fast as the killer clown. It's a failure, right? So, seeing that they're not getting anywhere, the two girls decide to split up. And that's one of the first mistakes that will affect the rest of the story. Cheyenne's friend decides to run away to the left, getting off the scooter, while Cheyenne keeps running. Strangely, the killer clown decides to keep chasing the scooter. Since Cheyenne's friend knows what's happening and is inside the building on the left, she's considered safe. Cheyenne rides away on her scooter, wanting to keep it with her. She thinks, well, the guy's going to steal my scooter again, so I'm really going to get out of here, you know? And at that moment, she's not really scared because she doesn't really expect what's about to happen next. Cheyenne's mother told the Telegraph that the teen, under pressure, lost control of her car and crashed. She was seriously injured and hospitalized. And that's when things really go off the rails, because yes, for 20 damn minutes nobody knows what happened with Cheyenne and the killer clown since Cheyenne lost her memory, and her friend noticed that Cheyenne wasn't responding to her messages anymore. Her friend retraced the scooter's path. She comes upon a shocking sight, the scooter smashed on the ground. As for the killer clown and Cheyenne, well, she doesn't find them right away. She looks to the right like a ghost, in the corners, under the trash cans, anywhere. Yes, under the trash cans. Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything better. Okay, don't start judging, alright? She searches everywhere, calling out, "Cheyenne, where are you?" And then, against all odds, after searching for 40 minutes, she hears, "Help, I'm here." Cheyenne finally got rid of the killer clown, or maybe the clown actually got rid of Cheyenne. Given the state she was found in, seriously injured, she was hospitalized. Fortunately, she was wearing a helmet. However, the consequences are severe. Broken arms, fractured cheekbones, concussions, and many bruises. She can't remember anything, but her friend called for help. Now, you might wonder what happened to the killer clown. They found him. Here's what the article says. The clown behind the incident claims it was a misunderstood joke between friends that went terribly wrong. I'll repeat, never attempt this prank or anything involving a killer clown. And by the way, if you ever see a killer clown, run away and get as far as you can. Even call the police, contact your parents, but just get out of there. He says he only meant to scare his friends and didn't even see the girl on her scooter. Great joke, let's be honest. explained a police spokesperson. And that's how one of the most intriguing cases on the internet comes to a close. We really have a young girl who spent almost 40 minutes with maybe a person, or maybe not, but in any case, she doesn't remember 40 minutes of her life. And that's still extremely traumatic because of the number of things that could have happened in 40 minutes, and especially the state in which she was found afterwards. It's unclear if the injuries were from the killer clown or the scooter accident, but either way, it's terrible. If you like scary stories, follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. If this gets 10,000 likes, I'll immediately find the new episode and a scary story. If not, that's totally understandable. If you get too scared, just click your screen to watch another episode in 3, 2, 1. Alright, see you!